Am I live? I think so. I can't tell. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Let's see. Nobody's here. I'm going to talk to myself for a while. Yep, and the second I start the stream, ow, something in my personal life comes up. So, I wanted to say, good morning, everyone. How are you? Oh, forgive me. So what is everybody doing this morning? Everybody's sleeping is what everybody's doing. That's exactly where I should be, is sleeping. Oh, and here's my dog. All right, I need you to settle down, Keeper. Excuse me, guys, 1 second. Why has everything got to be a project? Why? Can you tell me why? Okay. I'm coming, guys. Give me a second. I got 1 hour of freedom. Look out, honey. Hang on. Okay. I think. Probably not. Okay, guys, I got 1 hour of freedom, and I'm going to spend it with you. And everybody's like, why does Holly Baglio only have 1 hour of freedom? Well, allow me to tell you. I will not be around today. I will not be around tomorrow whatsoever. You won't even be able to probably... I won't be, like, online around at all. You can find me in person, but since I won't give out my location, that's a no-go. But the next 2 days I won't be around. Next week, I'm going to tell you, right now, next week, I have so much stuff to do. My godmother just brought me over furniture. I have not had a chance to clean it, let alone put it away. I love you. Good morning, Greta. You're going to get a whole gripe session from me this morning, Greta. I've had it. Let me get my ashtray. All right, so here's the deal. My godmother brought me over a bunch of furniture. I always clean things, right? I'm a neat freak. Don't like clutter, messes, dirt, all that garbage. I like things picked up, neat, clean, and in their place. So I need to put together my house. Then I also need curtains hung up. Because what's hanging up right now classifies as like what you'd see in a rundown city, okay? They're not curtains. And I'm a female, I need curtains hanging up. After that, I have 2 days worth of paperwork between the stuff I have to do for my medical bills, between the bills I have to pay, there's stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't say publicly, but let me tell you, they're very big, they're very time consuming, and if people knew what I was going through, maybe they would back off a little and go, oh geez, I had no idea. And exactly, you have no idea. So there is something huge that I have to do. And I'm starting to get flack, and I'm starting to get heat from people, and it's like, wait a second. I already donate all of my time. I already give every bit of being God built me of to everybody else. Because I don't have money to give away, but I sure have a whole lot of time and abilities I'm willing to share. But people are getting on me again about not answering emails, not getting back to them. And I gotta tell you, each day I like to take a shower. Each day I like to walk my cat and dog. Each day I like to have food. And each day I like to have time in my life where I just get to do what Holly wants to do. Whether it be pick up a Bible, go downstairs and hang out with my neighbors, go downstairs with my neighbors and eat dinner with them. I'm not allowed to have that time because people that are in my inbox are pissed off that I'm not getting back to them. But I'd really like to know, since I haven't been at home this past week, okay? The only time I've been home this past week was to sleep. So if I've got no time for myself to do that, I'm spread so damn thin, I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't. I don't know if you're here, Greta, but I don't mean to be like this. But I've got 1 hour this morning, and then I've got to go. Like, I've got to go. And I will be gone all day. I will be gone all day tomorrow. The next time I have a chance to go to the bathroom and pick up a sandwich will be Monday morning. So from now until Monday morning, I don't have any time for myself. But I know there's a whole bunch of people out there. Holly, you got to talk to me. You got to talk to me. You got to talk to me. I'm going through a rough time. You got to talk to me. Actually, wait a second. I'm going through a rough time, right? And I'm still juggling it. And then I'm helping all these other people go through a rough time. What, like, I'm one person. I am one person. Do you know I have a friend? Greta, you can appreciate this. I'm glad you're still here, Greta. Greta, there is somebody who means a lot to me that I've been very good friends with. You and I are mutual friends with, right? So I have a good friend, known this person a long time online, right? We've spoken on the phone a couple of times. I know I can trust this person trusts me back. But let's see, I can't say the name of this person. This person and I spoke on the phone October 2019, right? It wasn't until you, Greta, came in my chat room and said, Holly, you have got to call so-and-so, and you have got to call so-and-so right now. It's important. Now, Greta, our mutual friend that I haven't spoken to in a year, means a lot to me, right? And you had to reach out and say, hey, Holly, one of your best friends really needs you. You haven't talked to your best friends and your support system in a year, Holly. We know you're busy. We know you're doing what you got to do. You're giving to others as much as you can give. But your good friends right now are suffering, Holly, and you're not here for your own good friends, and you're not here for your own support system. And next week is going to be one shitty week for my friend that I haven't spoken to in a year. And that's another reason why I'm not going to be around next week. Because I am going to make myself available for my own support system. I don't like waking up and getting, oh, Holly, your altars don't like me. That's why you're not getting back to me. Holly, I'm going through this and going through that. Where are you? Why aren't you picking up my calls? And it's like, well, wait a second. Did you ever think that maybe I'm on the other line with somebody else? Or maybe I'm downstairs helping a 90-year-old person pick themselves up off of a floor because they just fell? Now, no offense, but some people that come to me and want my time are fully capable. They're fully capable. But no, they won't do it on their own. You know what else ticks me off? Is they also fail to use the power, authority, and wisdom and knowledge that Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey gives to them. They're so busy running back and forth to everybody else. What does everybody else have to say? What does everybody else have to say? Where's Holly? Where's Holly? Why isn't she talking to me? They're so busy scattering themselves around. They don't stop to stand on their own 2 feet and pick themselves up by their own straps. And I'm sorry, if you want pity from me, you're not going to get it. And if you want me to pick you up by your own bootstraps, no. I got my own bootstraps that my hands are filled with. And what is wrong with you that you're not going to Heavenly Abba to sort this out? What is wrong with you that you're not exercising His power and authority, but you're coming to me thinking I can do more for you than Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey can? Pick up your Bible and read it. Stop being such a pussy. Oh, but. No! You call yourself God's kid? Well, then you act like it. I'm already inundated. Do you know what happened to me? I love you, Melvie. You know what happened to me? Yesterday, right? I'm at work. I am at work and busy, right? I got a few moments to sit down, smoke a cigarette, and just sit down and get off my feet, rest my sciatica, rest my legs and arthritis. Now, I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm just speaking generally. Because every so often I get slammed in these patches where it's just a struggle. Like I had to, anyway, so I'm at work yesterday and I looked down at my phone. I'm like, wow, you know what? I have not, let alone picking up the phone to call Greta. I have not talked to this person, that person, the other person. I just finally got to speak to Anna and Greta and Tree last night. No, Anna and Seller and Tree last night. You guys right now, Greta and Melvie, you guys are like my best friends. You guys are my support. You guys are my friends, right? You're not the general to me. You're on the inside of my life. So, you know, there I am at work yesterday. I'm like, I haven't spoken to this person. I haven't spoken to that person. The other person, I'm praying for him. And I'm like, you know, right off the top of my head, that's 5 people I haven't spoken to. And I don't have 5 hours right now. I wish I did, because I would call up each and every single one of these people and say, I miss you, I love you, I'm so sorry. It's been so long since I've talked to you. What are you doing? What's going on? So I'm sitting at work and I'm like, wow. I ended up getting addicted to this one game called Thug Life on Facebook. I don't know who turned me on to that, but I love it. So I play this game, Thug Life, and I pick up Facebook, and I'm like, okay, well, I haven't spoken to my team leader who oversees Rest Stars training that I take. I haven't talked to this person who I'm doing a series with. I haven't talked to the other person who's a prayer warrior, you know. So I'm going down my friends list. So with this game, Thug Life, but basically what you can do is you can pick out your friends to like get revenge on, demolish their territory, decimate their territory, steal their cash. Like, it's Thug Life, right? So you can do this to your friends. So yesterday I'm sitting there, about 15, 20 minutes passes, and I'm still playing this game, Thug Life, right? And I'm demolishing my friends' cities and blocks and stealing their stashes. And all of a sudden, this feeling came over me of dread, so to speak. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I got to put this down. I don't have time to play Thug Life. If I'm going to play Thug Life, then there's a whole list of victims I can pick up the phone to call that could really use my time. So it wasn't really a feeling of dread, but this negative feeling came over me. Hey, Kenzie, I love you, sweetheart. See, you're another one, Kenzie, I haven't been able to speak to. Oh, my close friends versus the general public, I guess, is the conversation. So anyway, I had this feeling come over me of like, oh boy, I shouldn't be playing this. What am I doing? You know, there's other things I could be putting my time to. And then I no sooner got done thinking that thought that another one popped up. And the next thought I had was, Holly, what are you doing? You stay playing Thug Life. How often do you get to sit and enjoy yourself, live in the moment, laugh, be with your friends, decimating their blocks, jacking their cars? When do you ever sit back and enjoy yourself like this? Seriously, Holly, when you can answer to me, yourself, when is the last time you sat back and enjoyed yourself? Then I'll leave you alone. You know what, guys? I can't tell you the last time I sat back and just enjoyed myself like that. Like, just goofed off. Just put everything down. I still took Yeshua with me, okay? He's always with me. That's a given. But when have I just put things down and really just enjoyed my time and had some laughter and took a break? I'm always focused on what can I do for someone else. Heavenly Abba, what can I do for you? What can I do for the kingdom of heaven? That most of the times I simply forget myself. I forget myself so much. Do you know when the last time was I got to get a wax above my lip or pluck my eyebrows? Do you know when the last time was that I got a chance to have like a Holly beautification day? 4 months ago. So as you can imagine, the hair above my lip is very long and I would like to take it off so I look like a girl again. But no. Holly's not allowed to have time like that because everybody else is going through a crisis and they need Holly for that crisis. They don't need Jesus Christ. No, I'm sorry. They don't want Jesus Christ. Their Bible is too heavy and mundane to pick up for them to read to get through their crisis. No. They need Holly for it. And this is what I really have to impress upon you guys, the general public. All right, when I woke up from MK Ultra programming and I was saying, Heavenly Abba, I want a calling put on my life the way you put a calling on everybody else's life, I read all these stories in the Holy Bible. Job, to your apostles, well, they're amazing people. Well, I want to be an amazing person to you, Yeshua, just like they were amazing. I want to function in a job just like they had for you. You know, not exactly the same, but you get the general gist of what I'm explaining here, right? So, all right, December 2014, I wake up, I'm homeless, lost my speaking abilities, realize I'm an ex-super soldier, and I'm turning my life around to Jesus. If you want a crisis, allow me to put you in my shoes and take you back to December 20th of 2014. Now, I was all alone. I didn't have friends. I didn't have family. I didn't have anyone online. Nobody knew I existed. And worse than that, nobody was praying for me. From my biological mother all the way to the friends or the people in my life that I thought were friends at that time who left me homeless, right? But I still called them friends. So I went through that crisis by myself, right? And when I went through it by myself, I grabbed my Holy Bible and I kept that in my hands 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when I was sleeping, it was underneath my pillow and I was sleeping on it. There was nothing I didn't do with my Holy Bible. Now, I made it through that crisis by myself. There was nobody else there. I had nowhere else to go. I had no one to call. I showed up on church doorsteps that said they had outreach programs and projects. I showed up on their doorstep, and they still did jack squat for me. Oh, we're big and famous, and we've got an outreach program. Hi, my name is Holly. I'm homeless. I need help. Oh, no, we can't help you. Go back to sleeping in your dog's bed with your cat and Holy Bible and dog. There's nothing we can do for you. You're homeless and starving, trying to turn your life around to Jesus. You are an ex-super soldier. You're coming to terms with the fact that you're an SRA, Pizzagate, and MK Ultra survivor. Oh, yeah, we can't help you. So, like, no offense, when people come to me today and they need me so desperately, I always think back to that time period where I needed someone. I didn't even have anybody praying for me. Nobody prayed for me. So when I tell you that Heavenly Abba gives me spiritual gifts, and I tell you that prayers have weight and you can see them in the spirit world and they matter. Prayers are like nuclear warfare going off in the spirit world. But if you're not praying in Jesus' name, then you are not using your full power and authority that He has given to you, that you have through the blood of the Lamb. Don't tell me you love Him if you're not exercising that full power and authority He has given to you from the sacrifice that He did at the cross. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I don't have pity. And no offense, I don't have time. I don't have time to hand somebody tissues. Okay? Secondly, that's not the field I want to get in, is handing people tissues. Okay? I want to be placed in front of somebody that is actually possessed by a demon, get it out of them, and then go to the next person. As far as the aftercare, no. That's not the field I'm getting into. If you want the aftercare that you get after going through a freedom deliverance or being set free, again, I have to instill in you that that is not the field I'm getting into. If you want that aftercare, please go to Thomas Dunn and Thomas Dunn's teams, because Thomas Dunn and Through the Black are using Russ Disdar's training to teach other people how to give SRA and MK Ultras the aftercare and the guidance that they need. I'm not here to be your counselor. I'm here for you to bring me in, tell me your problem, I'll pray for you. It's done in Jesus' name. If something needs to keep going on and on and on, and you need that one-on-one talk time with someone, okay, that's not the field I'm getting into. I want to go out and investigate satanic crime scenes. I don't want to sit there and counsel the people who had to go through it. No offense. I want to investigate the crime scene and then I want to go after the predator. Why? Because I myself was victimized in that manner. I want to bring the kids back home, make sure they're safe and sound, go after the predator, serve justice. I did not sign up to become a counselor. I don't want to be one. Yes, I want your testimony. Yeah, you have a nightmare, I want to hear about it. Yes, I want to hear all that. But some of the people that are coming at me that I'm having a problem with, they want me to be there every single day for them. And no, that's not the field I'm in. And no, that's not what I want to do. So please stop forcing me to be in the position you want me to be in. Please stop pigeonholing me. I don't want it. I want to train with Russ Disdar. There's other things I want to do. I have my hands in projects. I want to live my life because the first 37 years of my life were stolen from me. So now that I'm 46, I want a chance to live my life. I love you, Jeff. Right? Or am I wrong feeling like this? Oh, that Christian couple last year. Oh, Holly, you're just so famous. Everybody wants to talk to you. Oh, jeez. If this is what famous is, delete all my accounts across the internet and I'm changing my name to Jane Doe. But you're famous, Holly. You're an ex-super soldier. Take that and shove it. If you think living in a cage makes me famous, you guys are more fucking diluted than I thought you were. And if you're going to treat me like that, because I was locked in a cage, you're more diluted than I thought you were. I don't want to be treated like that. I want to be like the next Russ Dizdar. Do you know what he does? He trains police officers how to investigate satanic crime scenes. That's what I want to do. And secondly, you know what? I got to counsel my own brain every single day. I have to go through my own forms of therapy and deprogramming. Do you know how many of my alters are out right now? And none of them like anybody except for Holly. They will disagree with you even if they're dead wrong, simply just to disagree with you because they don't like anybody. They only like Holly. So while I'm in that frame of mind, it is not the best idea for me to be loaning a hand to someone else because I'm already highly triggered. And now you want me to walk into a situation where somebody else is highly triggered? No. So if I'm standoffish, maybe I'm standoffish because I see the snares and the pitfalls and the potholes that are in the road between us. But if you go to Tom Dunn's team, where he's training people to be therapists or whatever you call them, not real counselors because they don't have medical degrees. Go talk to him and his team and let him assign you a coach. Go to Tom Dunn, say, I need someone dedicated to me that I can talk to daily, weekly, monthly, what have you. And Thomas Dunn can supply you with a man or a woman that loves Jesus, that can give to you the time that you need and require. Because Holly Baglio does not have it, and that is not Holly Baglio's field. I'm sorry if I sound cold-hearted, but I can't do it anymore. And I've been saying this for a year, guys, to the general public. Stop. What I want to hear from the general public, like when I meet somebody new, I don't want people getting confused. See, there's people that have been on me for years. Holly, why aren't you getting back to us? Holly. I'm talking about these people for years, right? These people will go to a conference, meet Russ Dizdar. They'll come back from the conference and still be unsatisfied with everything and still need more. But they won't do it on their own. I look at those people as being chatterbots. I look at those people as being programmed to distract me from the things that I'm really trying to do. Okay? People, the people I do want to talk to going forward when I meet new people and they say, Holly, listen, I'm having missing points of time in my life. I think I could be used in these projects. Yes, I want to talk to you. But for this ongoing care, the ongoing aftercare, no. And I'll tell you another reason why I don't want to go in that direction. Because it's nothing but infiltrators left and right. I'm not leaving my door open. I'm sorry. Some people come to me and it's like, you look like an infiltrator to me. You look like you're going to tie me up for 3 hours. So that way I don't have time for Kenzie, Jeff, Mel, Greta, Split Hope. I don't have time for these people. I don't have time for Barbara, who I just met. I don't have time for this wonderful woman or that wonderful woman. I don't have time to get in touch with Stephanie because there's my alters who have been programmed in their chakras. And my alters have questions for Stephanie Coolidge. But I don't have time for that. I'm not allowed to have time for that. Right? And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to meet people, hear their testimony. Okay, let's pray together. Keep in touch with me. I want to know how you're doing all the time. Don't be a stranger. You're in my life. That's it. We'll pray together. Hey, listen, more than that. We've got Anna Prayers. If you need prayer warriors, we've got a community set up for that. Also, if you think that you've been used in satanic ritual abuse and MK Ultra projects similar to me or just like me, guess what? We also have a community set up for that. If that's not enough, we have another community on Facebook. It's under my name. Just go on Holly Baglio's Facebook page. I try to leave most of my posts just between my friends and I, so that way my friends and I can talk and the public doesn't see. But there's a community. Do you know how many people you could meet just on my Facebook page alone and who they are and what they're going through? Seriously, strike open a conversation. You'd be surprised who's on my Facebook page. You guys and me, we built these communities for all of us. I'm just one person. But if I got Greta and Mel V and Jeff and Split Hope here, well, that's a community, that's a team. Then the other people that are needing 3 hours of my time when I can't give it to them, well, they can go to this community and still get the attention and the counseling and the prayers that they're seeking and needing and looking for. I can't do it on my own. I simply can't. I got 1 hour this morning. And then I'm gone for the rest of the weekend. Gone. Like, gone as in I don't have time to take a shower, feed my dog, walk my dog, feed my cat, let alone feed myself. My weekend is shot to shit. Yeah, don't work on God's day of rest. Today's God's day of rest, right? Yeah, well, my ox is in a ditch, and I got to go get it out. There will be no rest for me. Is Abba going to get mad? No, because Abba knows I'm not going to let my ox suffer in a ditch. So I got to go get that ox out, which leaves me no time. My cat and dog, oh my God. I come home and they sit so close to me, on top of me, even when I sleep, like completely on top of me. We go from spending 24 hours a day with each other down to seeing each other for 9 hours a day. That's not enough time. I need 9 hours just to sleep. I need about another 4 hours with my cat and dog, and I need another 7 with God. And then I just got my day started. I can't do the keep up of aftercare with people. So I get mad. I have come up against this stumbling block in my life time and time again. I'm leaving this video up. Now, I made a jackass out of myself in this video, and my new friends are going to misunderstand me. My new friends are going to misunderstand all of this, and to my new friends, my new acquaintances, new people that have come into my life in 2020, this message is not for you. Okay? This message is not for you. Not to my new friends. This message is for people that consistently and continuously and continually put me in the spot of being their counselor and for hours. Now, I don't have 3 hours to give to somebody. Most of the time, I don't even have an hour. Because I need it for myself, or because the lady downstairs fell and I need to hang up with you and go run to her. And if it's not her, there's a guy down the street that's on his deathbed that I would really like to be there for. But I can't do that because... Example, there's this person, right? Over and over and over again for years. There's this one person. This is what I'm talking about when I say I perceive people as being chatterbots. And go listen to Brian, too, about those chatterbots, too. I look at them as chatterbots. People call them infiltrators. But there's these people, right? You meet them. They're nice. You get along. You like them. But they don't shut up. And what I mean by that is... Now, you guys have heard my story over and over and over and over again. You get sick and tired of it. I get it. I'm sick and tired of giving my testimony. I've done over 70 interviews. Trust me, I am sick and tired of hearing my own testimony. I don't even want to give it anymore. But there's these people over and over and over and over again. They will tell you about the same thing over and over and over. And it's the same thing over and over and over that they're suffering from. And, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, I don't have 3 hours to listen to the same story over and over and over again. I don't know why you're stuck in this circle, but it's going to take Yeshua to get you out, not Holly Baglio. Okay, that's your first mistake. You're relying on me where you need to be relying on him. That's your first mistake. But people, can be programmed to just talk your ear off. Like you get on the phone, hey, listen, so-and-so, I gotta go, I need to use the bathroom. Oh yeah, one more thing, and then I was dragged off into a cave with a witch and da-da-da-da-da-da. 15 minutes later, okay, listen, I really have to go to the bathroom now, I gotta let you go, or I'm gonna pee my pants. Oh wait, one more thing I forgot to tell you, hang on. Okay, listen, now I'm on the toilet in the bathroom. I want to get off the phone with you now, okay? Oh, no, wait a second. Let me tell you about this other thing. Oh, I know I've told you about 30,000 times, Holly, but let me tell you another time. Oh, but one more thing. And it's like, you know what? How many times did I have to tell you I have to go to the bathroom, and how many times were you rude and you would not let me? You just kept talking your way through it. No, I don't have 3 hours to give you today. I got 1 hour to take a shower, take care of my cat and dog, and then I'm gone. I really need to talk to you. I just got out of the hospital. Yeah. And I just got 10 friends that went into the hospital. And if you don't mind, I'd like to see them before they die. Because they were all given 6 months to a year to live. But I'm sorry, you telling me your story over and over and over and over and kicking a dead horse until there's not even a carcass left is way more important. And not to mention, I've heard this before. Russ has heard it before. There's nothing we can do. We don't want to hear it anymore. I don't know why you're not taking it to the foot of the cross, but we don't want to hear it anymore. Do you mind if we move on? Thank you. If you don't want to help yourself and you want to stay in that same cycle over and over again, do not get pissed off at me that I walk away. The only time I ever look down on someone is to give them a hand up. But when I have my hand sticking out for years and they keep swimming around in the same circle, well, I'm sick and tired of it. I got to move on. I just go with Jesus. And if you think you're the only one suffering, pick a number, because everybody in my chat room is a survivor. Everybody in my chat room is going through major stuff in their life. Major stuff. Worse stuff than the people that want me to counsel them. The people that want me to counsel them over and over and over to eat up my time for free, they don't even have half the issues that the people in my chat room are struggling with. But it's so bad for them. That's like people, right? They live in a $500,000 house or $1 million house, big, huge house, multiple bathrooms, multiple bedrooms, huge. Got everything, right? Security system. Food in the refrigerator, stacked shelves, in the basement, whatever you want. Between exercise equipment and stocked up food. And those same people that got everything, Jesus, come get us quick, escape us out of here. It's just so terrible. Life is just so terrible. Right? Okay, it's the same difference to me. You want somebody else to do it for you. You want Jesus to get you out of here. But you don't want to roll up your sleeves and actually do the work for yourself that you need to be doing. And you want me to pity you because you've gone through something difficult in your life. No offense. Do you guys pity... Doc, I love you. Do you guys pity me? I'm sorry, I'm not in my chat room. Do you guys pity me? No, you don't. And if you did, we wouldn't be friends. Because I don't want your pity. Yeah, I get what happened in my past, but again, it's past. I'm not there anymore. Yeah, it hurts me still to this day. I got to deal with that hurt. But it's past. The only reason why I talk about it is to open up people's eyes so they stop giving their money blindly away to a rogue, tyrannical government and military. Oh, Greta. Next week, except for my friends like you and Doc. Hey, Impaler, sweetheart. Except for you guys, I'm muting everybody in the public. I have to. I can't. You know what I got to do next week? Man, I got something to do next week. And it's huge. It's really huge. You guys will be hearing from me in private. I need time because I have to write up a big speech. I have to have people check through it. And then I have to give it. And no, the public cannot see or know anything about it. But I have this really big thing coming up in my life. And I got to get all my eggs in one basket. And so that's next week. That is next week that I got to get all my eggs in one basket, write this speech, then give it. And the day after I'm done giving this big speech, which is over a very horrific situation that happened to me, I'm shooting straight out to see Coach Dave Daubenmire and letting him know that it's all done. Everything's okay. I'm okay. Here I am. It's finally all over with. I can't even talk about it. The only thing I can tell you is this big situation I'm talking about goes back to the chapter in my autobiography called Attorney's Nightmare. After that, I cannot give you any more detail. Funny, it's old school. I gotta keep it, look at. Impaler, if I get some free moments today, I'll hop on Facebook Messenger and I'll be looking for you, sweetheart. Boy, Heavenly Abba, please do not let me forget Impaler. Impaler, I haven't talked to you in forever. You're just another one of my friends that gets put on the back burner when somebody else has something else that they want me to do. And I'm so sorry that our friendship has... I'm sorry, Impaler. I can do it. I can do it. Oh, thanks, Melvie. Yeah, I don't want... No mandatory evacuations for the last 2 weeks. Cool. Jew can do it, Holly. Jew can do it. I'm terrible at accents. Doesn't stop me from trying. No, I just woke up this morning and I went into my Messenger and no, it wasn't even Messenger. It was another platform. And I'm looking at the messages. I'm like, oh my goodness. Don't get mad at me. And no, I can't talk to you. Like yesterday, right? I'm on the phone with a woman who I really want to speak to. I was on the phone with Barbara, I think. I'm not sure. So I'm on the phone with her. My Facebook Messenger goes off. There's somebody calling me. I'm like, okay. I can't switch between... Barbara has my focus right now, okay? And that's it. And I've wanted to meet her because we've both been going to the same online ministry. So it's not the first time I've seen her name and talked to her, but it's the first time that we've actually been able to have a deep conversation. We've only been worshiping Yud-Hey Vav-Hey next to each other for years now, but here I am finally with an opportunity to speak to my sister. I'm on the other line with her. Well, here comes Facebook. Somebody calls me. I can't get over to Messenger to deny the call. Secondly, I cannot take Barbara, put the phone down, and then start clicking away on Messenger to tell this other caller that I'm busy on the other line, because for me to be typing while I'm talking, with typing on the computer while I'm on the other line on the phone, that's rude to who I'm talking to, right? So this caller then decides to call back a second time and let it ring. I mean, you guys let it ring and ring and ring and ring until Facebook tells you it's all out of rings. How do you know I'm not sleeping? So you want to let my Facebook Messenger ring that long that you're going to disturb my sleep, and you know how hard sleep is for me to come by? I don't care if it's 12 in the afternoon. How do you know I'm not sleeping at 12 in the afternoon? It's not only the one phone call, but then it's the second phone call, and it's that you're letting it ring until Facebook tells you to stop. Holly, you don't care. Nobody cares. You don't care. Nobody cares. No, I do care. It's just that I'm one person. And no, I'm not giving you 4 hours out of my day for you to gripe about what happened between you and your neighbors. I don't have time for you to complain to me what happened between you and your neighbors, what happened between you and your church. Now your sister-in-law's brother's cousin's dog needs to go to a vet, but the dog's friend's owner's mother's brother's sister's friend, they have cancer, and you know what they think? Well, they had a paranormal experience. Yeah, guys, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for it. Talk to me about you. What's your problem? What's going on? Okay, if it's not about you, I don't got time to hear about your brother or sister's plant that just died in the living room because her cousin didn't water it while she was away on vacation. I'm not making time for it. How about this? It's not that I don't have time, it's that I'm not making time for that. You tell me what's going on with you. I know you. But if you're going to turn it into 3 hours of griping about the same old things over and over just to tell me that I don't care, listen, spare me from the phone call in the first place. Let me go. Why are you bothering me? There's another woman over in California. Holly, you don't care. I'm homeless. I'm this. I'm that. Lady, I'm homeless too, as a matter of fact. I was just ripped out of Long Valley, my home, and now I'm homeless. I can't wait to go back to my house and home in Long Valley, where I am here today, but I'm homeless too. I'm not even in the state of New Jersey because I am dealing with severe battered women syndrome. And you're going to tell me I don't care. No, you're wrong. I'm dealing with what I got to deal with. You deal with what you got to deal with over in California. Just because I can't be there for you doesn't mean I don't care. It means I'm going through my own garbage. And no, I don't want to tell you about my own garbage. I'll handle it because I got Yeshua HaMashiach. He gave me his power. He gave me his authority. I'll handle it with him. And I'd rather handle it with him because every time I relied on a human or thought a human gave me good advice because they were some great Christian in their own eyes, my whole life was napalmed and fell through my fingers. So I don't get it. I don't get it. By Carl Jung, the way is within us, but not in God's, nor in teachings, nor in laws. Within us is the way, the truth, and the life. There is only one way, and that is your own way, says Split Hope. I think people have the wrong impression of me, okay? I want to learn from Russ Dizdar, but I want to learn to investigate satanic crime scenes. Go find the kidnapped kid or the trafficked kid. Go in, save them, bring them back, bring them home, so they can live the quality life that Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh has planned out for them, and not what this world tried to make of them. I don't want to be used in like a counseling capacity. I'm not good with it. I'm quiet. I don't have finesse with words, and I'm okay with it. You know, the people I go to that are prayer warriors, man, the way they pray, all the details they touch on and how they word things and what they say, I don't have that about me. Am I a prayer warrior? Yeah. But I keep my prayers short, sweet, to the point, and then I'm done. That's it. I say what I got to say, and I move on to the next prayer. But my forte is not being a counselor, and it's not being like a public prayer warrior. I don't have the language about me. Oh, thank you, Virginia. I don't mean to be a jerk. Like, the people that I'm complaining about, I've known them for years, and it's like, I mean, the also thing I'm neglecting to tell you is that in some of these situations that I am speaking of today, in some of them, there were other ministries, well-formed and well-known, that came to me and said, Holly, we've worked in this situation. We've worked with this group of people, and we've determined that there is no place here for us to help. Okay, whether the people don't want to turn to Jesus or whether the people simply just don't want to do the work it requires for them to get better. Ministries have turned around and said, it's not that we don't want to, but if they're not going to turn to Jesus or they're not going to do the work that they need to do to heal themselves, then what are we going to do? That's like taking somebody off the street that's a smoker. You can't smoke, I'm taking your cigarettes from you. Oh, no, you're not. I'm staying a smoker. If I don't want to be a quitter, then I'm going to keep my cigarettes, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So again, there's people that just, they recycle their complaints and recycle the complaints and recycle the complaints. That's what gets to me. Enough! I don't have time for it. And now I got other ministries coming to me and saying, Holly, this is kicking a dead horse. We don't want to see you give yourself a heart attack thinking that you did something wrong because that person isn't getting better. That person didn't get better with us, Holly. That person is not going to get better coming to you. The problem is they don't want to do the work that it takes to get better themselves, and the only way is Yeshua HaMashiach. The only life is Yeshua HaMashiach. The only truth is Yeshua HaMashiach. And the Holy Spirit burns and lives inside of me. Jesus Christ is the only way. He is the only way out of a cage, MK Ultra, SRA, and everything else in life. He is the only way out of drug use. He is the only way out. Everybody else has different opinions. I respect that. For me, I'm heated. I'm amped up. Just for me, because I'm talking about a situation, so I speak for myself. I'm not trying to hurt anybody else here or bash anybody else. But no offense. When ministries are coming to me saying, Holly, don't give yourself a heart attack. They're telling you the same thing they told us. We did this, and here they are still complaining. Don't give yourself a heart attack over it, Holly. Let it go. That's the other part I'm leaving out. Because some of these people reach out to me, and once in a blue moon, something will strike my curiosity or pique my interest, and I'll do research into the person that's coming to me for help or whatever. And there were a couple of times where when I researched that person, it led me back to a ministry, and I called that ministry and said, what was your dealings with this person? What happened? Were you using memory retrieval techniques? Like, what happened? No, Holly. No, Holly, they don't want the help, or they don't want Jesus. If they don't want Jesus and we're all about Jesus, then we're not going to be any help to them. Because what we do is we use Jesus and the covering of his blood and his sacrifice at the cross to lead these people out of that darkness. And if they don't want to go that way, then we can't help them because this is the way we're going. There's been a lot of MK Ultras that turn around and hate Russ Dizdar because Russ Dizdar's turned around and said, nope, I'm not helping you. Why? Because they don't want to turn to Jesus. And where is Russ Dizdar leading you? To Jesus. So if you don't want to accept Jesus, then don't go to somebody who's leading you to him and get pissed off and say, oh, he can't help me, he's bad, he's this, he's that. No, you didn't want to believe in Jesus. You knew Russ Dizdar was going to lead you there the whole time. You didn't want to accept Jesus. It's on you. It's not on Russ. It's on you. Don't go back and start bashing Russ because you don't want to put the necessary work into really healing yourself really escaping your situation or really turning your life around. That's not Russ's fault. That's on you. I'm a jerk split hope. I am. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine, because that's fine. But I want you to know that your friendship and you matter to me in my life, and I will do everything I can to keep you in my life. Almost everything I can. I'm trying to say that I will cherish you, and you will always mean a lot to me. But yeah, I'm a Jesus lover, through and through. And if people want to disagree with me, that's okay. But the thing that I want to hold number one is our friendship, and that I value you, and I value our friendship, and that I love you. To me, that's most important above anything else that goes on in this world. Because when I look at the world and what's coming down the pike, it looks like shit's going to hit the fan. And when shit hits the fan, I want to know that I got to tell you guys that I love you. Even if you don't believe in Jesus, even if you hate him. I just want to know that I got to tell you I love you. You know that I love you. And when shit hits the fan, you feel that love I have for you, so you're not alone. And so that in return, when I'm going through it, I feel your love reciprocated, and I know I'm not alone. I just don't see this world bringing anything good to us in the future. I think it's going to get a lot worse. I can already tell my black friends don't even want to talk to me anymore. My black friends don't want to talk to me anymore. And I'm not okay with it. Damn Democrats put a division between us, and now I got to lose my black friends over it. What are you doing talking to that white girl? What are you doing going over to that white girl's house? Yeah, crazy great world we're in. So yeah, I see a great big divide between blacks and whites, and it's terrible. It really is, and it pains me. There's something I wanted to put up, and then I'm going to get going because I think my hour is concluding. If I can find it. Oh, if it's on YouTube, though, I might get tagged with a... Can I find it? Where did it go? I can't believe they closed down Twitter because Biden, everybody's telling the truth about Biden. I can't find the video. There's this one guy talking about Biden and Harris, and he just totally hit the nail on the head. But yeah, so I lost some more of my friends because of BLM. What is that? I'm gonna screen share. First, I'm gonna look at my chat room. Jamie! Somebody followed you on Republican. At least you tried to help. You did good. Some people are not ready to fix issues, and it hurts when you have the distance. Yeah, I can't. What am I going to do? I'm going to, give myself an ulcer. I'm going to give myself a heart attack. I'm going to give myself a stroke. Bending over backwards to make time for people that don't want to help themselves. I can't do it. I'm already spent. I'm on full disability, right? I'm one person. That doesn't... I'm one person. One. Okay? I can't juggle, like, I can't juggle 50 people. And you know what? No offense, I wouldn't want to juggle 50 people. I spend time with my friends. Most of the victims I talk to become survivors, and we're friends. I don't want to be a counselor. I don't want to be anybody over them. I want to be their peer. But I'm also not going to sit here for 3 hours listening to the same old story over and over and over again that I heard 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Great, I know your father was in World War II. Great, I know your grandfather suffered. Great, I know. Dude, what about my family? You're just griping, bitching, moaning, and repeating yourself over and over again. What about my family? Better than that, what about my friends' families? They had it harder. You're talking about your parents signing up to go into the war. Okay? The people I'm talking about, yeah, their parents were a part of World War II, but they went through it too. They went through mind control projects. You know, they went through brutal traumas and tortures. You're just complaining because, I don't know. Like, people come to me and say, Holly, I'm so sorry for what you suffered. And I look back at them and I say to them, I'm sorry for what you suffered. I don't see any difference between what you went through compared to what I went through. I can't see the difference. I'm sorry. I can see you have pain and I have pain over what we experienced. So yeah, we both suffered equally is how I see it. But then other people come to me and I'm like, I think to myself, oh my God, what are you bitching about? Really? Really? That's not suffering. Like, how did you make it through your life so far if you're like this? How'd you live so long? What's your house look like? Do you clean it? Because you spend more time on the phone than you do doing anything else. That's another thing, Doc. You know who I'm talking about too. Yeah, coffee time. Same with me, Jamie. WP, good morning. I love you. I'm on a gripe session. Doc, you know who I'm talking about too. Right, you guys are talking about coffee. I'm going to pack my Kratom pills. I have really bad cramps. Let me go get my bowl and measuring spoons. I'll be right back. You guys get your coffee. I'm getting my Kratom. it took so long. I'm here. Sorry it took so long. I'm just... How to tell the difference between a skinwalker, adrenochrome junkie, and a regular human. Okay. An adrenochrome junkie, when they don't get it, makes a heroin addict look healthy. A skinwalker, you're going to be able to tell by their eyes and their shape. It's going to be their overall appearance. You'll feel the air settle down around your ankles when you see a skinwalker. You'll know. You'll feel it. You can feel the evil pouring off of them. And a regular person, do they make regular people anymore? I don't think they make regular people outside of me in my chat room, okay? So everybody here, you're excluded from that comment. But everybody who is not here, I'm suspect to you. I'm not quite sure you're a regular human. I'm teasing. Waking up off tables like I did, yeah. What? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, James. Yours struck my curiosity, James, a lot. That's why I was asking you about project. That's why I was like kind of drilling you that one day on the phone. And I wasn't trying to be rude to you. The reason why I was drilling you about that whole table thing and the druids and whatnot was because it was striking a chord in me. I have not heard very many people with a testimony like that. You know who I would love for you to talk to, though, come to think of it? I would love to introduce you to David John Marrow and get you two talking. I would love to know what you think. Ooh, I wonder if I could rope him into coming on my channel. Glow in the dark eyes, right? Probably the glow in the dark eyes. I've seen those glow in the dark eyes before. I'm not sure that it was a skinwalker, per se. Oh, I love you, Impaler. You're just such a sweetheart. You've always been such a sweetheart to me. And very patient, too. I hope I get this right, because I always get it wrong. My love to you and Mercy. I hope I got it right. You're always wishing me, Keeper, and Saver the best. So right back at you, Impaler, is what I'm trying to say correctly. I love you, Impaler. WP, I was shown a secret of the Druids. Really? Welding trees together in order to build structures could come in handy in the future. That you're talking about something I haven't heard about in so long, WP. It's like, how do you forget all that stuff? How could I forget all of that? They used to call me a terraformer in the Dumbs. My very first interview with Conscious Network, I think it's CCN. It was with Eilish D'Avalon. I was a terraformer in the Dumbs, which meant you could give me material. And with that material, I can build you whatever you want. I can build you a human being. I was taught that, one of the first things I was taught was by my commander. I looked down at my hands and he said to me, these hands can build or these hands can destroy. Repeat after me. These hands can build or these hands can destroy. I'm going to go teach you how to destroy first. So, but I was also used as a terraformer to build things. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, I can build you a human in the Dumbs, and okay, I'm wording this wrong. My trolls are going to have a field day, and fuck them. I was used as a terraformer, so you give me the material, I can build you a human. You give me the material, I can build you a spacecraft. All you have to do is give me the material, and I can build you what you want. So as much as my commander taught me how to destroy with my hands, I was also taught the flip side of it. I was taught how to build. I'm a big old shorty. I love you, Impaler. It's great to see you. I look good with big old a shoddy, right? I concur, Impaler. Yeah, I love the 12 gauge. 12 gauge was a little bit too much buck for me. Everybody's like, Holly, the 20 gauge. I'm like, I know, and I know you're right. I know. I'm not arguing that point. Yes, you are right, and yes, I know you're right. But I'm hanging on to this 12 gauge. And they were like, okay, all right. So I guess they wanted me to get on the 20 gauge because then I would have been making my marks. They wanted to see like what kind of shot I was. I could have given, I'm a good shot. I'm a good shot. But anyway, once I got to that 12, I just saw that 12 gauge. It was all over with. Like my brother in Christ and friend, he's putting his AR-15 in my hand. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. But the second I looked at that shotgun, I was like, that's mine. That's what's up. So we were told it's illegal to saw off your shotgun. Although that is a very effective manner to get rid of home intruders. But, yeah, I took one look at that shotgun and it was over with. That was my new best friend. Meet my little friend. How did, what was that? Say hello to my little friend. That was Scarface, right? It was good. It was such a good tactical training conference. Man, I can't wait to see everybody again, too. I get to see them in a few days. Believe it or not. I'm going to go up and I'm going to write a sign that says, I am here to arrest you, Hillary, and I'm going to march around her house with it. She needs to be arrested. So does Biden. So does Barry Obama. And since Trump has not grabbed a set of handcuffs himself to do it, I have elected and selected Holly Nancy Baglio to go forth and make citizens' arrest on these people. Chris, I love you, Chris. I don't know about what tribe you're from. I went before Heavenly Abba and I asked him what if I am from a tribe, and if so, what one? I don't have access to that information. More than that, like, I don't know how to track the tribes through all the years. I don't know a lot about that stuff. I've had to rely on other people, Chris. I definitely rely on Yud-Hey Vav-Hey, but I'd have to rely on other people. The thing that gets me is I was in the DUMS with someone that identifies, listen to me. I'm not here to be politically correct. I was with a kid that says he's from the tribe of Dan. Now, I assumed, well, maybe I am too, because me and this group of kids I was trafficked with have the same genetics as each other. There was gene splicing used in creating us. We were injected with black goo. We were trafficked and programmed and tortured and traumatized together. There is a beautiful black man over in the UK, and I'll tell you guys right now, I look at him, and when I look at him, I see him as my brother. You know when your parents have a boy and a girl, they come out and they're sister and brother? Okay, well, I came out of the cages with a group of kids, and when I look at this group of kids, I look at them as being my brothers. I look at them as being my blood brothers. I don't know how to explain that. It probably goes back to the human experimentation. However, However, when a couple years ago, the tribe of Judah said, no, I think you're from Reuben. And I said, that's interesting that you say I'm from Reuben. And I showed him the picture I made, the drawing I made of what Abba showed me, and I showed that to him. I said, Enoch comes from the tribe of Reuben, so it's really interesting that you said that. So I don't know, but apparently I come from one of the tribes. I've always wanted to be born Jewish. I love Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, with everything I have, and I just want to be like him, you know, like the Bible says he's jealous over us. Well, guess what? I'm jealous over him. I want like a really cool function and role like all those great people in the Holy Bible had before me while they were serving God. I want to be one of those people that has a great, powerful role serving Abba, you know. I just have a heart after him. He's my heavenly father, and I'm daddy's little girl. That's it. He had a perfect son. His little girl, Holly, is a terror. Jesus is from the light. I'm from the darkness. I'm a terror. No, I'm teasing. Yeah, so let's see what happens in the future. But this has opened up a lot of dialogue, and I'm so glad it has, because this has been a subject that has been a little touchy. And I'll get to the 144,000 in a second. Let's just focus on the 12 tribes, okay? Like, this is a huge thing. So yesterday, and I can't give names, and I'm not going to. Ireland and Scotland, yeah, apparently the tribe of Dan is not only one of the lost tribes. I don't know. I have to do more studies on the tribes. But, okay. So yesterday, somebody reaches out to me privately, and I'm so glad they did. I love them. Reaches out to me privately. And now, this person that reached out to me yesterday has not been the only person to say this to me. But this person who said it to me impacted me, because I see Yeshua HaMashiach shining through them. So it impacted me in the sense that now I'm listening. I heard it before from others, but here's this person talking to me that Jesus shines through, and they're talking to me about the tribes. So I stopped and I listened. Yes, I'm a flawed, finite person with a ton of weaknesses. I'm stubborn, gullible, and all the rest. So this person reaches out and says, Holly, I truly feel, this says something to the effect of, most of the tribes were brought underground and trafficked through the Dums. And now it's not the first time I've heard something like this, where the 12 tribes of Israel are the ones that are coming out of the Dums and waking up, like me. The only thing that's coming to mind are your real names right now, and I can't give your names, so I'm just going to stay quiet, because I can't remember your tags that you go under. So they trafficked these 12 tribes in deep underground military bases. And the majority of these people are from the 12 tribes. Well, that really got to me, because then I walked away from that conversation and I went before Heavenly Abba, and I was like, Heavenly Abba, I heard this before, where, the tribes are the ones that are trafficked through the Dums, and is this true? So I got this vision, and I'm driving down the street to the store to get my dinner, and Heavenly Abba gives me a vision, and he shows me Yeshua HaMashiach's crucifixion. And he showed me the people that were standing there before him, crying at the crucifixion. So those tribes from back in that day, see, it didn't stop at them killing just Yeshua. The vision seemed to show me it didn't stop with them just crucifying Yeshua. They came after all of us. And they imprisoned all of us. It wasn't only about trying to murder our God and steal his throne. It was also about killing everything that he loved. Loves. So from Jesus all the way down to now, they've been torturing us and enslaving us. since Jesus' time, they've been purposefully picking out certain bloodlines that back in the day loved Jesus so much. They picked out those bloodlines, and now we are the current day slaves. We are the current day slaves. I don't want to hear about this white black crap from BLM. You want a slave? Well, guess what? I ain't talking about my grandmother, great-great-grandmother, or her great-great-grandmother. I'm talking about me. I am a current day modern slave. Do you see me out there protesting? No, you don't. I am the epitome of a slave. So when I look around at all these protesters, rioters, and what you have, it makes me laugh. What would they know about being a slave? Oh, I'm oppressed. Oh, you're oppressed? Really? Well, I come from a deep underground military base, and your tax dollars went to pay for me. Oh, I don't pay taxes because I'm a drug dealer. And I live off of welfare. Oh, so I didn't pay for you to be in that cage, Holly. That's the comebacks I get. I kid you not. That's the comebacks I get. Well, I don't pay my taxes. I dealt drugs, Holly. So my dollars didn't go to you being traumatized and tortured. Oh, really? Oh, really? The government is the one that got those drugs into your hands in the first fucking place for you to be on your block dealing to undercover cops and your friends' kids and your friends' kids. But I'm not allowed to get pissed off about that, right? If you want a slave, well, you just met one, and my name is Holly Baglio. Now, I don't want to hear about your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your great-great-great-great-grandparents and how you were over here in that country and all your relatives went to a gas chamber, and now you're over here in this country and all your relatives were sold into a sex brothel, and your ancestors are slaves. Well, guess what? I don't know jack about my ancestors, but I can tell you about me. I am your current-day modern slave. You want to take a look at slavery? Look at me in the face. I'm a survivor of Pizzagate. That's not slavery. Women and children have always been used as slaves. I don't see women and children on the streets. I see mainly men with guns running around shooting each other and acting like complete jackasses. Hey, we've been used as slaves. We've been used as slaves. No, you fucking haven't. Your women and your children have, though. You as a man have let your women and children be slaves since the beginning of time. And here you are marching out in the street saying how bad things are for you as a man and that you're a slave. No, you're not. No, you're not. Go look at a woman and go look at a child. They were the first slaves here on American soil well before there were 30 black men sold as slaves on American soil. Women and children were the first, number one, to be slaves on American soil. Of all skin colors. And I don't see any of these women and children marching in the street, but I see a lot of dudes with a lot of loud mouths saying a lot of garbage that they're slaves and this and their ancestors that. Yeah? All right. Okay. All right, you win. You know what? You guys win. You're slaves. Yep. You got to tell me about how your ancestors, they were all slaves and, they went to gas chambers or they picked cotton or this or that. Okay, I get it. Well, I was a slave to your politicians, your military, your government. They used me and you don't even bat an eyelash at me because my skin color is white from your perception and you don't even know what's in my DNA. So for all you know is I could be more black than you, except my skin is white. Black people, have you ever taken a DNA test? What are the percentages in your DNA that you are African American? Now listen, Jamaicans, they're black. Are they African American? No. Just because you're black, it doesn't mean that you're from Africa. And are Jamaicans and Africans the same? No. And you know what? You can, in fact, have a white African American. You know why? South Africa is filled with white African Americans. So with this skin color, lump it. It's not about your skin color. It's about what's in your blood. And if you want a slave, you just met one. Am I protesting it? Out on the streets, ripping down people's stores? No, I'm not. Hey women, hey children, you are nothing. If you ever complain that you were ever used as a slave, you're wrong. But you best get your ass up on that pole and start slinging it around and bringing home those $1 bills, right? Get up on that pole and work for me, bitch. And those same people singing those same rap songs are the same people out in the street complaining that they're slaves. I don't get it. Right, Doc? Right? Holly, have you ever dated a black man? Holly, if you've ever dated a black man, I will never date you. I'll start calling you the N-word. And boy, if they started and they never stopped calling me the N-word. Oh, you're Sicilian? You're the N-word, Holly, because you're half black and half white. And this is going back to AT&T. This is going back to Raritan Valley Community College. This is going back to Basking Ridge High School, New Jersey. That's what these people have said to me. And they were white. Oh, you're Baglio? Oh, yeah, you're half white and half black. You're an N-word. I kid you not. And I kid you not, a Baptist church, its congregants of a Baptist church in Millington called me the N-word because I'm Sicilian. I'm not lying. Now, those congregants might forget that they uttered the N-word to me and called me it, but I didn't. Because I'm half Sicilian, I'm not good enough. Who they are and why it's... Thanks, Impaler. Thanks, Split Hope. Thank you, WP. Excuse me for my outbursts. Yeah, my altars are present, but no, I would have to say I'm thinking that I'm going through some sort of reintegration process because the core me is definitely fully present and here. If anything, I've needed this hour this morning to get my altars to settle down because I got a full day ahead of me and I can't have them acting up. So yeah, to hug me right now would be a group hug. You'd be hugging me and all my altars. There's 3 of them here. 3 altars. 2, I don't know. And 1, she is no one's friend. I can tell you that. She will argue with you even if she is dead wrong. Church people, right? I love you, WP. Excuse my language. But I will use bad language when my altars are forward. It's just the way that it goes. not everything that I do and say is going to be pretty. And a lot of things I can say is hurtful. And I apologize. I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm not trying to be combative or debate anyone. But, yeah, so. Thanks, Impaler. Thanks, hon. I don't know how today's going to go at all. I really don't. It's going to be bad. I'm going to get in trouble. I can tell you that right now. But, I'll get in trouble. Probably tonight when I get home about... When am I going to get home tonight? There's another question. I can tell you whatever time it is that I get home, I am going to have a glass of wine. And then I'm going to go to sleep. And then tomorrow I have to do another disappearing act all day long. My dog ate, you know when you go into ShopRite or one of these food stores, they like have those roasted sheared chickens or whatever already pre-made? Well, I bought 2 of those and I ripped all the white meat off and shredded it so I could make salad. But I took like the dark meat and all the chicken bone. Well, I took the dark meat off for Keeper and Seva. I left the white meat for the chicken salad, and then the 2 carcasses I threw out in the garbage. But I wasn't thinking because I had too much on my mind, and I didn't tie the garbage bag. So like the chicken carcasses, like I would put them in a ShopRite bag, tie that, and then take that ShopRite bag and put it inside the garbage bag. I didn't do that. I just threw it all out in the garbage. Sure enough, not yesterday. Yesterday I was in panic. The day before, I come home and I see garbage all over my floor. I'm like, what? I was like, oh boy, you know, because Keeper's kind of on a diet and stuff like that. And well, anyway, even if she wasn't on a diet, you put it in front of her, she's going to eat all of it. All of it. So you have to really monitor Keeper's food intake. She annihilated 2 chicken carcasses. Annihilated them. There was not one chicken bone left. She ate the whole thing. And I was like, thank you, WP. I feel better. Chris, you're funny. Don't worry, they'd shake your hand back, too. So she ate all the carcasses. So yesterday I came home and I took a piece of bread and I soaked it in olive oil. I thought maybe if I soaked it in olive oil. My coworker suggested this. I didn't even look it up online, but I figured, okay, well, my coworker suggested it to have Keeper eat like a piece of bread that had been absorbed, that been soaked in olive oil, so maybe she'll go to the bathroom and everything will slide out easier because of the olive oil. Well, Keeper's going to the bathroom again. The only thing is, well, okay, she started to go to the bathroom again. The only thing is I don't see any bones coming out of her. Explain for the fight later. I'm sorry they treat you like that. Oh, I love you, Impaler. That's my big bad He eats all the cat food. My other cat salad can't eat it. Aww. Oh, animals have they have such big personalities. My little 10-pound cat has more of a personality than I do. Right? She hasn't vomited. I hope she chewed him up good enough. I hope she did. I've been watching her. Oh. Feels like my eyelids are droopy. They're puffy, rather. Not really droopy, but puffy. I hope she chewed them up. Because right now I'm collecting a lot of money to take her to the vet. Hence another reason why I'm not going to be around this weekend. But even if I don't take her to the vet, I need it for prepping. I got to buy canned foods, asthma medicine, sewing kits, and stuff like that. God told me to prep. He told me to prep me and my cat and dog for 6 months. So I gotta go do that. Store, I love you, honey. Up their throat. That's why chicken necks are really, really bad. Oh, man. I never give it to her. She went in the garbage. Kay. Mike, it's great to see you. Gun up. Yep. Wait. What happened? What happened? In my chat room. Oh, I can do videos on altars. That'd be easy. On Facebook, like last year when they came forward, I can just go back to my Facebook posts and start reading through them. Split Hope. Sweetheart, Split Hope, I love you. You're not in trouble. You're not... I know that YouTube is telling you that you're timed out for 300 seconds, but Split Hope, you didn't do anything wrong, Split Hope. I love you very much. You are fine. Sometimes... please make sure Split Hope gets this message. Sometimes me and my mods have fat fingers. And sometimes when me and my mods have fat fingers, sometimes people's comments get blocked. Or they get put in timeout. You're not in trouble. It was your fat fingers. Now, this has happened before. This has happened like Galen and stuff. Like, somebody will be in my chat room and they'll be like, what just happened? You just blocked me. It's like, wait a second. That was an accident. Wait. No, you're fine. You were coming in the door and accidentally Split Hope, I hope you get this message. It was an accident, Split Hope. It was a total accident. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I got fat fingers, too. Better than having sticky fingers, right? Because if we had sticky fingers, we'd be breaking commandments. God never said anything about us having fat fingers. I'm teasing. No, I don't want her to watch the replay. I want her to come back so I can apologize to her. So... Alright, I guess I better start packing my kratom pills so I got energy for today. I woke up this morning. I didn't know, excuse me, men, hold your ears. Ladies, I didn't know if I was ovulating or getting my pumpkin hood. But I woke up in a ton of pain in my ovaries between yesterday and today. So, yeah, I'm going to take my kratom. But so far, nothing's happening, though. It's just my ovaries hurt. Greta, you are a trip. Share some of them with me, because I'm flat-chested. I'm teasing. Everybody's like, huh? What? Greta, it's okay, sweetheart. You crack me up. You really do. Every time I see your name, I just start laughing and smiling. Because when you're on those prayer calls with Anna and I, you're a trip. You just get me laughing. I have a good time when I'm with you. Be careful, Greta. I know you put Split Hope in timeout for 300 seconds, but you better be careful because you could poke an eye out with those things. I'm going to shut up. I'm just buzzing your chops, Greta. I adore you. Must be cold. No, I'm going to shut up. I could keep rolling with this. Poor Greta's going to defriend me. She's going to defriend me. I better shut up. I was about to say, it must be really cold where you are. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. Too funny. Too funny. My penile gland is to Split Hope. I'm so glad you're back. I got worried I lost you, Split Hope. It was a total accident, sweetheart. Please forgive us. Apparently it's really cold where Greta is. It was either putting you in a timeout or somebody losing an eye, so we took the minor way out. I'm teasing. I'm going to be laughing about that all day long. Oh, boy. Too funny. Too funny. Too funny. People are going to be like, yeah, okay, I can't do interviews with Holly anymore. I don't know what her problem is. Like, she's off on the wrong track. Southern Sister, I love you. It is great to see you, honey. Man, it's been so long. Hey, Southern Sister, all of those hardships that you've helped me get through when you were in my chat room, in a matter of days, all of those situations are coming to an end. Like, complete closure. Even though I've moved on, like, they're just, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Everything that I've been struggling with over the past 2 years is coming, 3 years, is coming to an end. Oh, I love you too, Split Hope. We love you. Interview with Holly. Yeah, Chris, why don't you get on and do a show with me? You could hide behind an icon. I still need to get back to our comments on that one platform that we're on, Chris, because there were a couple of people I began talking to. And then I went away on the conference October 2nd to the 4th, and now here I am. And it feels just like yesterday since we were on that. I don't want to say the name, and it's not because I'm embarrassed of anyone. It's just because I'm protective. If I was a Hulk avatar, I would break the phone with my fingers. Ooh, you want to? I'll give you a Hulk avatar. Where are you? You're on YouTube. I'll put it up under my community tab. I got a Hulk meme. Every time I pack my Kratom pills, somebody will come in and look at me. And, like, because I cook for people, right? So, people come in and they'll look at me. And I'll just raise up my hands and I'll be like, you're turning me green. You're making me mad. You're going to cook for me? It's Hulk time. And they laugh. A lot of people have told me that they're on pain management pills for their pain and how much they suffer. And, you know, it's hard for them on rainy days and stuff like that. Well, I don't take prescription medications anymore for pain. I use Kratom or medicinal marijuana when somebody offers it to me to handle my physical ailments. I stay away from doctors and pills. God is my doctor. Jesus is my prescription. He led me out of pain management pills, anti-anxiety pills, sleeping pills, high and low blood pressure pills, Crohn's disease pills, irritable bowel syndrome pills. Then you had fibromyalgia pills. Then, I'm not done. Hang on. Then you have the psychotropic medications. So what was it besides the high and low blood pressure pills? Oh, they had me on a heart medication. What was the name of it? Because I have like heart palpitations, or my heart will stop beating, and then all of a sudden it'll start beating again, but now it's beating out of my chest, and the heartbeat itself is completely irregular. They had me on a heart pill. I can't remember the name of it, but after like a month or two, I was like, nah, I don't want it. Doc is funny. I want Doc on my panel. Okay, you can name the topic, Chris. And I'll give you complete reins of how the discussion goes, too. I don't know why you're not laughing. James is a sweetheart. I gotta say, the heart that I see Doc, Mike have, Jamie has. But all of you have that big, sweet, soft heart. All of you. I'm going to be laughing all day. I'm going to... Never mind. Poor Greta. You better put them back in your holster, Greta, because otherwise I'm going to be thinking about them all day long and laughing. I'm teasing. I think Lilith is attacking us because Lilith understands that no matter what Lilith does, Lilith will never be a true female human. Oh, really? Lazarus, Shabbat Shalom, how are you? What do I owe this pleasure? I haven't seen you in a while. Wow. Yeah, Miles won't talk to me. Well, it's not that he won't. I think he's just sick of it. Yeah, I met Holly a few years ago. She didn't shut up for 6 months, and, well, she talked me all out. I won't give Miles my testimony because I think I'll be like, I think like afterwards I'd be receiving death threats. I don't want to go through that. I'm going to learn by the experience of the pioneers who went before me to give their testimonies, and stay away from certain places where it might just me walking straight into death threats. I don't want that. Oh, I love you, Lazarus. I was actually thinking about Lazarus from the Holy Bible this morning. The part where it talks, and I had this conversation with someone not too long ago, where we were talking about what happens to people when they pass on. And we were speculating, of course, because we didn't have our Holy Bible open, looking through it, swapping Holy Bible paragraphs and stories with one another. Not cherry-picking Holy Bibles, but sharing the complete story and the complete paragraph. But you know how in the Holy Bible, when Yeshua HaMashiach specifically says, Lazarus, are you in there? Right? He purposefully called out Lazarus. Oh, wait, no, there was another story. Let me flip, because see, that one where he called Lazarus out, I think it was Lazarus, when when he went to resurrect somebody, he had to specifically say the name, because if he didn't speak specifically this person's name that he was going to resurrect, everybody who had died in the entire history of the world at that point would have been resurrected along with Lazarus. That's why Yeshua HaMashiach was so purposefully, poignantly, specifically saying, Lazarus, come forward. Because if he had said anything else, everybody that had died would have resurrected and come forward. But there's a part in the Holy Bible, I think, where somebody goes to Lazarus. It might not even be Jesus, or I'm confusing Bible stories. Please help me. Lazarus was raised from the dead, and so was I. Yeah, hey, Lazarus. Regarding that person you mentioned above, I'm going to need a death certificate to believe that he's gone. See, George Bush Sr. died, and I didn't feel any ripple, so to speak. I didn't feel his death. And one might have thought I should have, because he was a boss to us super soldiers in the dumps. That other person, I'm going to need a death certificate to prove to me he's dead, because I don't believe it. I don't. But I will move on from talking about him. Invented the cherry picker. Wow, that's interesting, Chris. But there's a part of the Bible where I think somebody goes to speak to Lazarus. Maybe I'm confusing them, and it's not Lazarus. There's a story in the Holy Bible where there's someone who's deceased, and a person goes to call upon the deceased person, and the deceased person says, "Why are you disturbing my rest? What do you want?" Something to that effect. So the conversation I had with this person a couple of days ago was basically what happens to you when you die. Well, I think if I were going to die right now, I would go to rest. I would go to sleep in Yeshua and rest until the resurrections, the seventh trumpet sounded. At the sounding of the seventh trumpet, I would be awoken. That's my overall gist. So if I died today, I'd basically be sleeping until I hear the seventh trumpet sound. I'm not saying that everybody that died in the world's history is all going to hear the first trumpet sound. I'm not saying that. I'm speaking specifically to me and my walk. Not everybody else's walk or their destinations and so on and so forth. But so anyway, I was talking to this person and I said, you know what? I think if we die, we rest in him. Like literally, we're resting in him until this time comes of, the seventh trumpet. We have two resurrections, right? And then, so I think that when we're in Christ and we pass on, we get to rest in Christ. He is in us and we are in him. But if you're not in him and you die, based on the death experiences I had, like if you're not in Jesus and you die, yeah, you don't go to sleep and rest and then you go back to nothingness and then later you'll be awoken or something. No. When you're set on darkness and you're sold out to it and doing all the wrong things, like when you clearly make a decision not to believe in Jesus. So when you die, you used your free will not to believe in Jesus, right? So you die. Okay, so the fallen ones, the fallen angels and the Nephilim, demonic forces, demonic spirits, and all the rest, they come and get you at that moment. And you are now working for them immediately upon you dying from this earth. You immediately go and start working for them. There is no rest for you. Jesus is not there. You have no control. First off, you said, I don't want Jesus. Okay, so since you don't want him, you are now at the mercy of something else. See, I want to be at the mercy of Jesus because he not only died, right? He was crucified. They murdered him. He died. 3 days later, he resurrects and conquers death. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going with that guy because he not only died, he resurrected. We saw him again. He ascended to heaven. He's coming back again. Do you know what happened in Noah's flood? You had the majority of the fallen ones and their offspring swept off the face of the earth, right? They were killed, their physical bodies annihilated, but their spirits still linger on. Well, the thing is their spirits can't resurrect. They're dead. Now, Jesus, when he died, he could resurrect. These other things, they can't resurrect. So right there, I'm going with Jesus because he can resurrect, come back, walk again in a physical human body, and then ascend to heaven. I'm going with that one. But yeah, so the conversation is what happens to you when you die? I think when you're not based in Jesus, you go into a place of darkness and you are not resting. Our spirits go up and bodies stay down. Christ returns, then we become alive again. Yes. Yeah, there is no rest for the roam. Well, those spirits are roaming the earth from Noah's flood so their physical body was cured, but their spirits are still roaming the earth. Their spirits are stuck here, and their spirits are waiting to devour us. See who they can oppress, who they can possess, who they can afflict with disease, problems, this, that, the other thing. They're bound and stuck on this earth. They can't go anywhere. It is going to take Yeshua HaMashiach's return for them to be cast out and everything else. I guess get rid of them, right? Because in the very, very, very end, it's God that casts them in the lake of fire and brimstone. They'll be set there. Then they can't go anywhere else. Right now, they're stuck on earth. Later, they're going to be stuck in hell. I can't wait for later. Guys, don't listen to me. Go look these things up. Please go read the Holy Bible. Please listen to someone who is well informed, versed, and has the true interpretation of God when it comes to these holy Bible verses. You know, you want someone that's well established in the Holy Bible to study with and to learn from. Me, I'm just repeating stuff that I learned that I find interesting and I want to talk about it. But I am in no way, shape, or form your teacher. I definitely am not preaching from the pulpit. Just look it up for you guys. Kit Kat bars. Oh, they're good. I get addicted to them. I called out to Jesus and he brought me back. Glory to the Father in heaven. Me too. When I died, I went into blackness. And he came and he got me out. I was living a backslid Christian life at best at that time. Ultra guys over 40 still in their service? I guess it depends. Just asking. Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I can't remember all the kids that I was trafficked with, so I can't remember all of them to know if they're in service or not. If they're, I would assume, Chris, if they're not awake and whistleblowing what happened to them in these projects, if they're not awake and trying to expose this, then I'd say they're still asleep and they're going to be used for the future. And yes, they're still active. They're still in service. They tried to take you back in 2006, 2007. Doc, I pray for hedges of protection around you because they're going to be coming back for you. They already started to come back for me. That's why being covered in the blood of the Lamb is so important to me, because he's bigger than them. He's bigger than their implants. He's bigger than their virus. He's bigger than their color. He's bigger than their deities and whatever they're doing, powers, principalities. So he's just bigger. He's bigger than the mind control programming. So when I look at him as being bigger than all of these things, and then I put my faith in that, and for me, that's my escape. That's my way out. I'm not explaining it. And used it for good, yeah. Future, yeah, Chris, be careful. If you've been used in these projects and programs, they're coming for us in the astral world. From what I heard, that I'm not allowed to talk about, from Project Delta, and I am from Project Delta, so what I heard through the grapevine, but again, look things up yourself. What I heard is they are coming for us in the astral world. They have been coming for us in the astral world, and soon they will be coming for us physically. Selah, Doc. Oh, Melvie, you're a sweetheart. I love you. My love to your daughter. Give her a big fat hug and kiss for me. Kiss her all over her face. Yeah, see, here comes Keeper running. Because you know what I do to my dog, right? I give her kisses. Okay, lay down. She's like, who are you blowing your kisses to, Holly? Shh. Lay down. Lay down. Yeah, just don't you get excited. Oh my goodness, I ate like a half a jar of pickles last night, which is like no big thing for me. I love pickles, right? So I ate a half a jar of it. Oh my goodness, the heartburn I had was so bad. I induced myself to vomit because I figured, well, if I get all of it out of my stomach, then the heartburn will stop. It eased up by 50%, but I didn't have baking soda. Otherwise, I would have had baking soda in a glass of water. You were already pinned in the astral and given orders. Yeah, Chris, I think the same thing happened to me. They came for me. They came for me in the astral world, and I was in the front yard, and I see them coming, and I remember just looking around going, oh man, I've got no weapons on me. There's not even a tree nearby that I can grab onto and hold. So they are unable to take me. So they came and they said, regardless, you're coming with us. Whether you want to or not, it doesn't matter. You're coming. And once we're taking you dead or alive, but we're not here to kill you. So you're coming with us alive one way or another. So they took me. And they were nice to me at first, but then my memory goes blank, and I don't know what happened after that. I don't know what they said, didn't say, anything else. A little chemistry joke, right? But, yeah, from what I hear, they're coming for us. They already came for us once. They're not done. I need breakfast. I'm hungry. What did I do in the picture? Oh, my goodness. The picture was taken between October 2nd and October 4th of this year. Coach Dave Daubenmire hosted a tactical training and spiritual warfare conference at Sky High in Ohio. So we went there. We learned about rifles, handguns. There was skeet shooting. We learned about drones. We learned about home invasion, how to handle yourself with a shotgun, but also how to handle yourself if all you have is a handgun. And how not to shoot yourself if you have a handgun. How the techniques, the movements affiliated with going through a home, protecting yourself, having a shotgun or having a handgun. What the bad guys do to trick you and trap you. So, like the drones and everything, we got to fly them. And, hey, so nice of you to make breakfast for me. Aren't you going to ask me what I like? I'll make you breakfast. What would you like? I hope it's the same thing that I'm making for myself. I'm teasing you. Hi, Chris. Want to see a Stargate? Yeah, right? They'll say, yeah, Chris, I'll show you a Stargate. Meanwhile, they have every intention in the back of their minds that once they show it to you, they're going to push you through it. Oh, yeah? You want to see it? Well, now you're going to experience it, Chris. Sorry. I like white chocolate Kit Kats, too. I get stuck on them in Paler. But I got to stand up and talk to everybody at this conference. Abba gave me a dream about this conference back in 2019. But it wasn't until I was at the conference where I was like, oh my goodness, this is from Abba. Abba showed me this like a year ago, and now here I am, and here is everybody else, and oh my God, wow, this is ordained by Abba. We're all supposed to be here. I'm his, he's mine, you guys are his, he's yours, and here we are with him doing this tactical training, doing this spiritual warfare for 3 days. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. We went up to the Nephilim Mounds. We saw a couple. We saw the Great Circle. We saw another Nephilim Mound. Oh, and the kids that were a part of the conference, they were so cute. They saw this one mound, and it wasn't in a park. It was offset. So where we were, there were no signs to say, you can't do this and you can't do that. So anyway, we see this one Nephilim mound, and the kids of the conference, they go running up. They're like, I'll race you to the top of the hill, king of the hill. And they get to the top, and they're like, king of the hill, king of the hill. I'm like, well, I'm queen bee of this hill. Y'all can be king, but I'm queen bee. Queen Baglio. I raced you guys and I got here first. I am first lady of this here mound, and we are taking it back. We are taking back these lands from the Nephilim. We are taking back these lands where all these children were sacrificed, innocent bloodshed. We're taking it back. It's no longer yours. And that's just... How tall are the mounds? The ones I was at in Paler, the ones I was at, the Great Circle, like I'm 5'6", if you took two of me tall and dug a hole that deep, but then also took two of me tall and then built a mound that high, that's what the Great Circle looked like, how deep it was and how tall it was. And apparently the entity Whirlwind, it's an entity, the entity of tornadoes or whirlwinds. That entity, that interdimensional entity, is said to have created that Great Circle. and that's why it's there. You can summon these entities down. I mean, Aleister Crowley did it. Look at Hillary Clinton and who she communes with. And there's Bill, our president, going, oh yeah, my wife told me to tell you she's communing with some dead spirit. No, she's not doing necromancy at all. No! She knows all about the Holy Bible and just loves that book. You can tell by the way she communes with the dead spirit of whoever. Idiots. But those were the ones I was at. Now, I would love to go to a pyramid in Poller. They are huge. Oh my God, you want to feel like an ant? Those pyramids. The one that I was at, the pyramid that I was at, was actually, they took the blocks off of it. In Newark, Ohio, the biggest pyramid of North America stood there. But what they did in the 1800s was they were taking the blocks from this pyramid and they used it to, I guess, strengthen the banks of Buckeye Lake. So they dismantled the biggest pyramid in North America to use those blocks to, I guess it was, strengthen the lake of Buckeye. If you look at well, sorry, that was my alarm clock. I'm gonna have to go. What was I just saying? The mounds I was at, you definitely, even though they weren't like huge, like a pyramid, you definitely did feel small. You could feel, for the lack of better words, the greatness in what you were looking at. You could tell this was not a natural formation by any means. You could feel the energy coming from this area. I guess you call it the ley lines or whatever. You can feel that energy. People have picked up really negative feelings and really bad energy and really bad visions. When I was there, I was supposed to be there for the conference. I was so happy that Satan and Lucifer themselves could not have smacked the smile off my face. I had a distinctive grin on my face for those 3 years. I was so happy to be there that nothing was changing that. And Heavenly Abba wasn't going to let it change either. So I didn't have any negative impact when I was there. I was just so happy to reunite with Coach and Mrs. Coach and Chad and Bobby. Well, I met Chad for the first time. But Bobby and a whole bunch of other people, it was nice to reunite with them after a very long time being separated. Does the government put blood in money? I'd have to say, from my limited thinking, no, they don't put blood in money, but they put blood in chemtrails. So you see those chemtrails flying overhead? There's blood in them. Right? Barbara Bush did not blink. What else am I missing? I liked it. Yeah. It was just so awesome to be there. So that's where the picture of me having a shotgun came from. That was tactical training. I wish I could make it to Texas this month for another tactical training. I couldn't. I missed the tactical training they Take on the World had in Missouri this summer. I did miss them. I didn't want to, but cheapo airfare kept my plane ticket and $640 worth of money. they hurry and do the mass arrest? I heard from a Serbian lady there is a huge pyramid underground by Serbia. Yes, there is, and statues that resembles my face oddly. I'm not allowed to talk about this, but why not? Pyramids in Bosnia. Yeah, there's pyramids in Serbia, Bosnia, Kosovo, that area. They sent us super soldiers over there in 1992 and 1993. They sent us over there. So from my understanding, we, the Americans, are the ones who started all of that chaos over there. Now, when I say we, the Americans, I also group in UK and Canada with us Americans, because I was trafficked by the UK's government, Canada's government, and the United States of America's government. So when I say Americans, I'm sorry, UK, I love you guys, but you, Canada, and us are involved. These governments sent over super soldiers in 1992 and 1993 to kick off that slaughter, where men were literally butchering their brothers to death. I love you, Lino. Right? Oh, I would have loved to have gone to the pyramids. I had the money once. I wish I spent the money to do that. Ha ha, Impaler, go. I haven't seen Aussie Alleys, Chris. But Bosnia and Serbia, that was a mess over there. In the stadium, do you guys remember that? You guys remember what happened over there? Holy Holly. I remember they sent us over there and we were talking to high-ranking officials, and then the next thing you know is all-out war breaks out. Brothers are butchering brothers together. You have a big fire in the stadium. You remember the stadium? I have an altar that tells me that she was in that stadium when it was on fire. And that it's our fault that all of that broke out over there. I've heard of the Ark of Gabriel, WP, but the Ark of Gabriel, I need to do research. I need to do research. I don't think any ark outside of the Ark of the Covenant is a good ark. I don't, because I've heard of Luciferians and Satanists taking Gabrielle and turning Gabrielle into something else than how we know Gabrielle from the Holy Bible. Same with Metatron. And Metatron isn't Metatron. Ooh, I just drew a blank. That's a good topic, and I just drew a blank. They stole it from me. Okay. Metatron is not Enoch. That when Enoch walked with God and then God took Enoch and God brought Enoch up to heaven, that all of a sudden Enoch is now called Metatron, and that's Metatron, God's voice. No, that's all occult. That's all wrong. Enoch is still Enoch. Metatron is some entity that goes back to the occult world, and that's where I'm starting to draw a blank, is making that connection with Metatron. And Metatron is not God's voice. Do you guys know more about it? Gabrielle, I've heard about that, the Ark of Gabriel. I don't want to be around it. Is it anything good, WP? Balkan War. Wow, Lazarus. I think they used us as foot soldiers. The Declaration of Independence has a different meaning. Flip it over on top of the original and you get his. Really? His depository with mainly office of depriving ring and tyrannical divine. Metatron. Oh, I just found that website about Metatron's cube. Yeah. Was used to activate the Black Obsidian Pyramid. Thanks, Impaler. But I still have to do my research and studies in Impaler. I only have bits and pieces, tidbits of information. What CERN is about to do. Who was I just talking about with CERN recently? CERN apparently is up to something, Kenzie. The other thing we have to keep in mind, this goes back to a video that Coach Dave Daubenmire did about Noah's birthday, Noah's flood, and then Stephanie Coolidge came on and she was talking about 11, and there's 11 doors to, you got to watch the interview because I'm not going to do it any justice. I think it was Coach Dave Daubenmire, October 14. Fast forward to the last 30 minutes of that. But here we are in October, right? And so all the occultists and all the witches, sorcerers, warlocks, they're all praying for this time of year in October because, geez, you gotta watch the video. So they're all praying for October to their finite deities. So they're trying to open up these 11 doors for someone to walk in through their rituals and sacrifices, through them praying to finite deities. So CERN is going to be working during this time period. And this month, especially with 2 blue moons and how they land and where they fall this month, or 2 full moons, which equals a blue moon. 2 full moons in 1 month is a blue moon. So between the blue moon and what CERN is doing and what these occultists, Luciferians, Satanists, warlocks, and witches, what they're all doing is the veil is going to get very thin between us and the fallen ones. God put it there because of Noah's flood. So this month, this year is very particular and needs to stand out because of what CERN's doing, because of the fact that we have a blue moon this month. I think we're going to see fallen ones come through the veil this month, 2020. The King of England? You got to give me a name. You mean the one that's claiming to be the Messiah? I cannot wait to see how all this stuff plays out in the future. I really can't wait. Sorry I'm hiding behind an icon. It's just I'm in my pajamas and I'm going to have to go. Queen Lizard Bith over there. Oh, yeah, right. I heard someone talking about the Antichrist. Who was it? They did a video, right? And what they did was when you read Revelation, it's very symbolic. In Revelation, it has points where it talks about, like, there's a serpent with, you know, this many heads, this many crowns, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, this one person took Revelation, and they got out coats of arms. You know, people's flags, your coats of arms. And they took Revelation, and they read Revelation about the beast. And they looked up people's coats of arms. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? You go back to Queen Elizabeth and her clan. Princess Diana's husband, Charles, and then he's got William. So if you read Revelation, and then you go and you look at these people's coats of arms, and you hear about how many horns they had and how many crowns they had, So you're reading Revelation, hearing about crowns and heads and horns, and then you look at someone's coats of arm when it goes back to Charles or his son or this, that, the other thing. You go back and you look at their coats of arms. Well, now you're going to see he's got 8 horns, 2 crowns, 5 heads, what have you, whatever it is. And I found that really interesting. And I've heard people say that William is going to be the Antichrist. I've heard people say that Trump is going to get shot in the head, be resurrected by the dead spirit of Osiris, and he'll be the Antichrist at that point. I heard that people call Barry Obama the Antichrist. We're going to have to see, aren't we? We're going to have to see. We're going to have to go before Heavenly Abba and let him lead us. The Masons took an important part out of the Bible where the Antichrist will come out of, right? Areas and kings. Yes, it does, Impaler. It means areas and kings. I agree with you. But there was one person that took all that, the horns and crowns, and applied it to people's coats of arms. And I'll tell you what, it was extremely uncanny, is all I want to say. It was uncanny. I do not personally believe that Revelation is talking about people's coats of arms when it talks about the kings and the heads and the horns and all this. I don't personally believe that, but I did find it very interesting. Right? I think the 10 kings, I think they're the Illuminati satanic bloodlines. You know, Fitz Springmeier says there's 13, right? But if you look at the 13 families, right off the bat, there's already a discrepancy because the Collins bloodline are mutts. That's not a pure bloodline. That's made up of a group of people. So from that 13, now you take out Collins, you're down to 12. I think the 10 kings of the earth are those satanic Illuminati bloodlines. Is there a group called the Right Hand? It's been bothering me. Does anybody know? I'm going to have to look that up. Wow. I gotta go. Shoot. My profile story. Anyway. Where was I? God's people will be prepared for these entities. Read Joel. You know what? I'm gonna find time to read Joel today. Yeah, so next week, guys, I'm not really gonna be around. I gotta catch up on stuff. I'm so far behind, it's not even funny. But I get worried about everybody else. And then think, you know, I don't matter. So long as everybody else is okay. I can wait. I can put me off. Joel, alright, I'm going to read this today. Thank you so much, Lazarus. I've been talking about Jesus a lot more when I see people face to face. I thought it was Jesuit, but it could be royalty. I thought that some of the royalty is I thought the royalty was Jesuit. Or some of it. You know what? I don't know. I just simply don't know. I can talk about these things, but I am not well schooled in it, to say the least. Thanks for making me breaky, Holly. The little one's waking up. I love you, Lazarus. Thank you so much. My love to you and the little ones, and I'll be reading Joel today. Thank you so much. Maybe red right hand. I'm going to have to look that up, Chris. Jesuits plus assassins equal Masons. Yes. Maybe red right hand. I'm going to have to look up Max Spears and watch all of his videos. I wonder if he speaks about something like that. Trump just converted to Judaism. Is that the same thing? And I did hear on WP. Can I be honest? I'm on my own channel. Yeah, I'm on my own channel. Daily View, Beers family, my love to you and yours. Wow, Daily View. I pray for Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh to speak through you. I pray for this other person to come into his truth, his light, life, his salvation. In Jesus' name. I don't know the right things to say or pray. And he has like no viewers. Split Hope. I would love to know who you're listening to. Don't let the fact that he supposedly has no viewers discourage you from watching him or her, whichever. Don't let that discourage you. Because I remember for a long time I'd have like 2, 3, 4 viewers. But you know what? Those 2, 3, 4 people, they mean the world. So I watch videos where there's only a couple of people. I kind of like a couple of people better. You have more intimate, personal conversations with people that way. Nazis have the Ark of the Covenant. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, Trump. Okay. Listen, I'm not here to bash Trump. But if you'd like him bashed, I can find you people that can do it for me. And if you want people that love Trump more than they love their savior, I can provide people for you to do the same thing too. But I try to stay humbled and centered in the truth. Supposedly, from my understanding, Trump does know about MK Ultra projects. From my understanding, he is the good faction. So you want to talk about white and black cabal and all that stuff? Yeah, well, regardless of the color, regardless whether it's white, regardless whether it's black, it's still cabal, right? All right, so I don't know if Trump is in that whole cabal thing, but he's still involved in that. By his blood, he's involved. So Trump never loved Jesus, from my understanding. Not loved him the way WP and myself love him. Trump always had a different perspective on God than the Holy Bible gave. So when Trump became president, he signed the Noahide laws into effect. Now, because my memory stinks, I don't have the exact details, but pretty much every U.S. president has signed the Noahide laws into effect upon them being inaugurated. All the way back to Reagan. So I don't know why these Noahide laws are now just starting to stand out to people, when our presidents have been signing them into effect around the time they're inaugurated into office. You cannot tell me that you love Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, if you're going to sign those Noahide laws into effect, and those Noahide laws tell you that your Savior, God in human form, who died for your sins, resurrected and ascended to heaven, that he is an idol. Don't tell me you know and love Jesus when you're going to sign those into effect, and within those laws, it states that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua HaMashiach, is an idol. Yes. Trump has never apologized to Jesus. Trump has always said, I'll do better next time. Oh, I'll just do better next time. Apologize for what? Excuse me. Melania, Trump's wife, once Trump was president, Melania did that Jewish baptism thing. You know, when you take all your clothes off in front of everybody and you get baptized into water. I mean, in front of the priest, in front of the whole court, right? To do this whole Judaism thing. Your baptism, they give you a robe, And then right before you go in the water, you take that robe off and go in the water. And then when you come out, you have renounced Jesus. You are just God. So you acknowledge God of the Holy Bible, but you ignore and renounce the fact that he came here in human form to die for your sins and resurrect to ascend to heaven. Trump is not a Jesus lover like you and I. He's not. Do I like Trump? Yes, I do. Trump's not a Jesus lover. His wife converted over to some Judaism garbage, which says, yeah, I don't believe that Jesus is him that died for our sins. I just believe in him. Just him. Cut out everything else. That's Trump and Melania. And everybody is like, Trump, 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 Trump. No, dude. Nah. See, this is what you forget. Abba's working through Trump. But Abba's working through Trump and picked Trump to be the one that he works through. So judgment is brought to America because America is Babylon and it should, needs, and deserves to completely fall. And when it falls, I hope it leaves a crater in the earth. America deserves judgment. Trump is going to be the president that we have when we see judgment. And I can't wait for that. So yeah, Trump's great. I like him because Trump is the end to me. I see Trump, I'm like, oh, thank you, Heavenly Abba. All this stuff is coming to an end. It's coming to an end really quick, and I can't wait. Let America fall, and let it fall hard when it does. Let all of those self-righteous, self-deserving, self-gratified, self-sanctified people have it slammed back in their face. All those narcissists, all those sociopaths, let them have it slammed back in their face when America falls. And when America falls, it's just the beginning. We're going to have it for 7 years. These people are going to get it for 7 years. Good. I hope Rome does go down hard. But doesn't represent the 10 horns. Thank you, Lazarus. See, I don't know stuff like that. Do I think it's the same Trump? I think Trump has clones. I mean, look at Barry Obama. But Barry Obama is an active super soldier where Trump is not an active super soldier. Yes, he's a part of the MK Ultra, but I wouldn't classify him the same way I would Barry Obama. George Bush Sr. was a programmer to us super soldiers. I mean, look at Elon Musk. Right? When he was growing up, his parents would say to him, if you don't behave, we're going to send you down the street to the loony bin. You know those MK Ultra kids? We're going to send you down there, and you can go hang out with them. If you don't behave, Elon. So if Elon Musk's own family is going to threaten him with MK Ultra projects to send him there if he doesn't behave, then obviously there's something to it. And someone like Trump, how do you think he got to be president? There's only been one, well, if you look from George Washington until now, we have only had one United States American government who was not a part of any of these bloodlines, MK Ultra, Federal Reserve, any of that. We've only had one president. Before George Washington, we did have 4 presidents before him. George Washington was the first white dude to be president, so I guess hail to him. Before George Washington, there were 4 black presidents. And we all know what happened to them. The Democratic Committee, who's also responsible for Antifa and BLM nowadays. Back then, before George Washington, the Democratic Committee formed the KKK, Ku Klux Klan. and they went in and they murdered all the black politicians. That was the Democratic Party that Joe Biden and Harris is a part of. That's them, right? That's them. Through the lines, back through the ages, you want somebody to get pissed off at? Here you go. I'll lay it out for you. The Democratic Party started up the KKK to kill everybody they disagreed with. And everybody they disagreed with was the black politicians that were president before George Washington. I didn't wake up and remember until I was 40 years old, Chris. And even then people were saying to me, what took you so long, Holly? We've been forward to the public for 8 years now. Did I watch your dream? Send it to me. Can you send me a link? Please, I'm sorry. Daily News, I'm sorry. I probably did. And I didn't comment. Can I rewatch it? And please don't hold it against me. Here. That is one of my emails. But I'll pay attention to that one. My other ones I don't really pay attention to too much. They're there. I know they're there. Noah Hyde. Noah could never be with those Babylonian broad, right? The priests over in Jerusalem are looking at Noah like he's better than Jesus now, and we got to have these laws and put them on the Gentiles, because the Gentiles are goyim. Give them the Noahide laws, because apparently all the Jews over in Israel know better than we do, and they know the Bible better than we do. But yet none of them are saved to Jesus. Wow, WP. Sorry to go off on Trump like that a little bit. There's days where I love Trump, and then there's other days where I just don't. But when it comes to his relationship with Yeshua, I'm sorry, but I don't see. If you're going to ask me about the spiritual gifts that Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh gives to me in Yeshua's name, I'll tell you right now, I do not see Jesus Christ of Nazareth, Yeshua HaMashiach, shining through Trump or any of them. I don't see Jesus shining through them. I don't see Jesus in his wife, our First Lady. I don't see Jesus inside his sons, his daughter. I don't see Jesus inside any of them. Mark, Zuckerberg. Thank you so much, Daily View. Where was I going with this? Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. Can I tell you guys, when I look at his mirror, oh my goodness. There's a picture of Jacob Rothschild. You got the Rockefellers. You got a couple of people in this one picture. There's one picture. When I find it, I'll put it up. But I'm not going to look for it now because I got to go. I'm already 2 minutes late. So this one picture that I've seen of the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and those in control of us, I see this picture and I just see blood pouring over it. In my nose, I start to smell blood. And I look at them and I just see this darkness that goes over them. And this darkness is so strong that it will overpower someone that does not have a foundation with Jesus. But just today I was looking at a picture of Mark Zuckerberg, and that same thing came over me. He's a part of the satanic bloodline. He's like one of these descendants from the Nephilim, right? he's like, what? Like Mark Zuckerberg from Drooling Facebook is like, well, I'm the great, 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 great grandson of Amun Ra. That's what he looks like to me. Is like the great to the 30th power grandson. Mark Zuckerberg looks to me like those nasty things that are engraved on pyramids, from the Sumerian down to the Egyptian, down to the Mayan. You know those things that are carved, those nasty looking things? That's what Mark Zuckerberg looks like to me. They romanticize death. They're all about death. It's reptilians. It's all reptilians. So I didn't even pack my kratom yet. I really do. Oh, man, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get through today. I really don't know how I'm going to do today and tomorrow. I'm tired. All right, on that note, I'm going to let y'all go because now I have to really... Sorry if I upset anyone. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for helping me to learn and talk about these things and have camaraderie, and just thanks for everything. So I'm going to let you go. Repent, for the time and day is near. The Lord is at hand, for I come as a thief in the night. Wash your linens in the eyes of the Lord to make them white. I prayed for a word, and this is what I hear. Selah, I repent to Yeshua HaMashiach. I want to be a part of your Discord. All right, Doc, Michael, everybody, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I will see you all later. Shalom.